hot open. Welcome to episode 11, and in particular, welcome to our newest guest. No, let's not flamethrower these guys while in the middle of the trees. I would rather keep the trees around, thanks. Welcome to episode 11 of this Factorio Marathon Deathworld now achievement run as well. In addition to Space Age Marathon Deathworld, we are not doing purple or yellow science before we go to space. We are already in space. We have a couple of space platforms making space science. I did swap around some of these mineral allocations a bit. Like, I thought about pulling this one back so this inserter could be here so it would be more compact, but this got me more collection area. This one here, maybe we could have direct inserted into the ice, except this one's also collecting carbon. And then, yeah, these two are collecting strictly different materials with different filters, so the fact that they overlap a bunch of space is fine, but I didn't really want these other ones overlapping a lot of other space. And yeah, these are our cute little space platforms doing cute little space stuff, except that we are... what don't we have? We have everything? Are we just running? Oh, are we filled up on space science? We are filled up on space science, and we've got two of these. We've got two of these that maybe both are filled up on space science. No, this one's not filled up on... they're both filled up on space science. Amazing. Because I guess we're not using it yet. We're still doing refined flammable stuff. These guys are so cool. Just having their best lives out in space, grabbing the rocks. Yeah, because we are researching flammables, because the current situation of the base is we're expecting to set up for leaving space and then not being back here for a while. So we're going to do a bit of murder over here to put the flamethrower walls somewhere that's good, maybe here. But the thing I wanted to do first is have a bit of an explore of this coastline to see... yeah, here's a rock, cool, thanks. To see whether or not, and it doesn't look like it's great. I wanted to figure out whether or not it was going to be viable to find another bottleneck that would... yeah, no. I wanted to find out whether or not it would be viable to find another bottleneck and purge all this stuff and lock it down more easily, and it doesn't look like it is. It does look like the easiest place it will be to put a wall. I don't really want to aggravate those guys as well. It looks like the easiest place to put a wall will be... yeah, probably here, and probably across here somewhere. We want to include this iron, and then because the oil we have is also kinda garbage, I mean, it's keeping up because we're not doing that much stuff with it, but I think we want to include this oil as well. Does that mean we nuke these two bases? Maybe it means we nuke these two bases, and I did want combat at the beginning of the episode to go, hey, here's what combat looks like now. So maybe we drop both of these, and then we have like a wall going across here and then somewhere down there. The wall build we're going to do... I mean, wall builds pretty much look the same at the moment. We drop a rubber port, we drop some other stuff. We don't really worry about it. We run away, but let's do some combat. Because we've got... yeah, we want the bots off. We've got a flamethrower. We've not actually got much flamethrower fuel, so this could be fun. This is quite a large nest to be pushing with... yeah, I thought that's the wrong button. I did not want that there. I wanted... it's fine. We won't burn down the forest. We're going to throw some of those in. Have we made much headroom yet? We kind of haven't. As long as the legs hold out, we should be able to outrange most of these guys, especially if we are... and by outrange, I mean outrun. Yeah, I guess we're running down here as well. How are we doing on flamethrower fuel? Not super great. I mean, we can't just... can we get through here? This is a little bit spicy. It's no longer spicy. Hi guys, how you doing? Yeah, this is also reasons why we want the bots off, because they will try and put all these landmines back and then get chewed apart and have a bad time. We don't want that. Put the landmines over the cliffs, it's going to be fine. Throw in some more poison capsules. run away from these guys, use the kind of the last of our flamethrower fuel, but that's okay. You know what? I would in fact like a wall of turrets that are just going to do a thing, and more landmines. And then we can kind of slide in here. And, oh yeah, this is where I should be using poison capsules on those worms, and a little capsule over here on these guys. They're going to run into the landmines. It's going to be fine. And yeah, reasons why speed is really good. And cliff explosives would be cool, except we can't have them yet because reasons. Okay, and we're out of flamethrower fuel. That's fine. We've got to do this with gun turrets and landmines and slowdown capsules. Maybe I should have the landmines on a toolbar, as in at a place where I can hotkey them instead. Because yeah, currently the slowdown capsule is the panic button. That when we are overrun by big biters, we throw a little slowdown capsule down and then we can run away. But it's all fine. That is reasons why we like landmines, reasons why we like exoskeletons, and reasons why we like to turn bots off when we're doing combat. Okay, so all those bases are pushed. I also didn't really pay attention to what evolution is at the moment. We've got a lot of junk left on the field, including a whole bunch of landmines that we would like to get back because it's going to be easier. And then we can just turn the bots back on and they can do that. And they'll also pick up those turrets. And yeah, so I think we want to put... I think we push these guys as well. We put some walls down over here to make sure we get all of this. I also would like at this point radar, because we've got the roboports doing the space age thing of providing immediate line of sight, but we're not actually scanning the rest of these places, and I do have the option of just visiting these guys and killing all of them and seeing what's out there, but I would rather not do that. I would rather have, yeah, we've got over here, pick up all these landmines. I would rather have radars doing work of figuring out specifically which orphanages I need to hide landmines under in order to get the best stuff. Like over here might be a good place to go and grab this iron and this stuff, except that we're kind of good for iron. We've got this iron, which is the priority iron at the moment because it's the closest mining patch, which is a little bit of a shame because the smelting is here and all these trains just going, hey, we'll have this iron, it's nice and close. But these two irons, you know, going to be fine. We can probably leave this for a bunch while we're out in a different place. We're going to get these, actually we want to be in a car if we're going anywhere, don't we? Yeah, the rest of the base is pretty much chill. We are doing some military research. Why don't we have... I thought we had enough trains for this. Are you just not full? Yeah, you go there. I'm pretty sure that I changed these two to request, yeah, to receive 2 trains. So we've added a couple more trains. This shouldn't be a problem anymore. I think we want to rebuild this as well, because we don't need the mall function here at all now. All we need to do is make the red science, make the green science, the things that go into the military science and the other combat stuff. But yeah, lab's ticking over pretty nicely. On the tech side, we were doing the shooting speed because we want to get into all that stuff, and because I didn't want to queue any more space sciences until we were into the episode. And so, purple and yellow we are leaving for an achievement. I don't think... Actually, let's check whether the prod mod is still garbage. Prod mod 2's 6% productivity, minus 10% speed. Maybe we can do better with quality. But I don't actually think the prod mod 2 has got a whole lot better. But I think we might research it, because if we're making a whole lot of prod mod 2's, that could let us make a whole lot of prod mod 1's. And that would let us get quality in prod mod 1's, which is important. I think the speed 2's are probably going to be important because I'm thinking about our oil fields, and in that case maybe we don't need to secure more oil, but I think we're going to secure more oil anyway because we can. Yeah, I think we're going to get speed mod 2's, and then logistics network I think we're also going to skip because there's another achievement. Quality module 2's, let's see what these guys are like. A module that allows machines to make higher quality products, that is what they've done. 2% quality is double? Wait, and 5% speed hit? That's amazing. Okay, these guys are going to be the priority over prod mods, definitely, because the quality module 1 is a 1% quality dice roll. Quality 2 is a 2% dice roll, which is double quality 1, as opposed to the prod mod bonuses, which start at 4% productivity and then lead into 6% productivity, which are larger, higher percentages, but also the quality module, 2% quality. I mean, we still need, to be honest, we have a pile of blue and red chips. That's not really a concern. But also same rationalization as the prod mod. If we are making a whole bunch of quality modules, we will be able to make, if we're making a lot of quality 2 modules, we will have opportunity to make a lot of quality 1 modules, which will allow us to roll more dice to get quality 1 modules. But also, this is still the same speed hit as a quality 1 module, whereas the productivity 2 module increases the speed hit as well. So, quality 2 modules, nice, I like them. They're going to be expensive. Prod mod 2s, still kind of bad. Speed module 2s, going to be good for oil. In fact, we're going to move this in front of the prod mod 2. I mean, we're eventually going to want prod mod 3s because they're probably the best in class. Efficiency module 2s are a thing we might build towards Spidertron, although the tech tree doesn't say we get Spidertron from it, so I don't know if we're bothering to make these at all, at least not yet. It's going to be a thing that we worry about later. The big news, though, which people are probably wondering about, there's Coverix is here as well. Let's add Coverix to the cube for the prod mod, and then the big question is, and we're going to be shunting this to the front of the queue to research it, where are we researching to go? Fulgora, a dry, windswept planet with lightning storms on plateaus and oceans of oil that can be bridged by elevated rails. That does not sound like it has a breathable atmosphere, because otherwise those oceans of oil with the lightning storms might be on fire all the time. Planetary discovery Gleba, a humid, swampy planet with deep bogs, snaking hills, and fertile land rich in nutrients. Swamp terrain can be land-filled. High ground impedes railway but is needed for agriculture. Or Planet Discovery Vulcanus, a hot volcanic planet with mountainous volcanoes, rivers of lava, plains of ash, sulfuric acid geysers, rich in metals. Lava can only be crossed by elevated rail. Okay, so it's not Vulcanus because elevated rail needs purple science, and we are not doing purple science before we go to a planet. In fact, it is going to be Gleba. Because I think Gleba is going to have the most stuff for us to kill, and it is still a Deathworld. So we're going to move this guy up a bunch to here. We'll complete the shooting speed because I think we're going to need the shooting speed. Then we'll go Gleba. And then we've got all this other stuff which we will worry about later. I think that's enough of a research queue for the moment. Do I want the personal defense lasers? Maybe I actually want more bot things as well. Never mind. We're not going to worry about that yet. We are going to, look at our silo area, because we could actually queue a bunch of module upgrade stuff if we wanted to. We have a whole lot of blue chips that are just kind of stopped here, and a whole lot of red chips that are also just kind of stopped because we are making them in quite large numbers over what we need for blue science. So maybe a module upgrade is a thing we worry about after having got these malls done. Walls? So yeah, more wall stuff, more mall stuff. Let's go blast these guys, and then we'll do a little wall thing. There's some more landmines over here that we want as well. So we had ourselves a little wall building montage. Hopefully that's the end of the expansion whack-a-mole. Let's see how things turned out. We also got the radars, and it's been quite a while, so we've scanned out a bunch of the stuff. And a couple notes about this. This area down here, we're probably not going down here for a long while. There's just not a lot of resources. Big nests like this. I'm not saying you need 12 Spidertrons with nukes to clear this, but it's going to be easy if you've got that kind of stuff. And if you've got one Spidertron, why would you not build another 11? Where is it? Over here. This looks like a nice little place that we could push out, you know, a not particularly big wall into not too much wall and rescue some more resources from the biters. These guys over here are super lucky that they've got nothing I want. There's coal, we've got another little coal back over here, that's probably enough for a while, and we don't have the expensive recipes, so we don't need the coal liquefaction to get the LDS that we need. These guys over here are just straight up unlucky, because at the point we decide we want another 8 million iron, all these guys are done. This is not a land bridge here. We can just go and have this when we feel like cleaning these guys out. And what else was it? There was, and then down here is also, I'd kind of hoped / wondered whether this bit of coastline would somehow end up with a bottleneck over here, and it just doesn't look like there is. But there also isn't necessarily all that much we want in here. Again, coal, no. Stone, no. Oil, we got more oil over here. This wall could have been crude oil powered. It was not crude oil powered. We pulled in... I've lost it. Let's have it. We pulled in the station for all of this. We pulled in the oil station for all of these. This wall, this concave section, is a thing you got to be careful about. However, we've actually split it up into 2 different Roboport networks. So there's a small chance that a bot from this Roboport will float like over here to repair this wall, but there's no chance that a bot from this Roboport will fly all the way over here to, you know, replace this kind of wall. It'll be handled by the other network. And then I think that was about it. We just got everything built now, and then, you know, pollution is fine. Let's move on. It did take a while though. We bumped the Discover Gleba tech back and pushed through the other weapon damage one, just so that we didn't finish Gleba off screen. But we're kind of burying the lead on that, because last episode we did we started this thruster tech, and we have now finished it. So that's a thing we can automate. That might be kind of anticlimactic, because we've kind of got the stuff right here for it, I believe. I think if we go space thing, thruster, steel, blue chip, electric engine, that's actually all the stuff we've got in exactly the same place. So we're just going to run this out, have, I don't know, 2 stacks of these. I don't know what these stack to. And then, we can't just have those guys off the concrete. So let's keep on getting this concrete in here. We'll get some bots jobs. Also, there's a button down here for automatically request from space platforms, which is going to be a big deal for building this stuff. So haven't mucked around with that yet, but I'm pretty sure that when I tick this, we can build things in orbit, and the rocket solars will just request what they need. The main point of that is, I think we're going to need a bit more Roboport support in here. Like we left this middle space in case we needed to put things in these rockets and could use the middle for that, but it turns out that the logistics bots might just be able to do that for us. But I think we still want more, because we're going to be, bringing in a lot of stuff, right? And then, we also didn't power this thing. It's fine. And then these thrusters have a thing that they do. There's more fluids. Those fluids, if I can find this tech again, so we get the ice, we melt the ice. This also means that if I'm taking nuclear fuel and a reactor up to a space platform, I might be able to collect the water to power the nuclear power plant, which I like. And then carbon and water, which we collect up there, turns into thruster fuel. All of these, so all of these things actually have to be crafted up there. Gravity 0 meters per second, crafted on space platform, made in chemical plants. So we've got to move some chemical plants up there, that's fine. Collect some iron ore and some water. Water is also currently the thing we are struggling, like we need the most water for the science thing, and maybe they're just not as common as rocks, or that like the ratios aren't as good. The other thing I was wondering is, what kind of power does this need? And the answer is, it doesn't look like it needs any power, which is surprising. I mean, I get that we are feeding fuel in, and then we've got the other oxidizer. Was it oxidizer? Yeah. We've got the fuel and we've got the oxidizer. But I was kind of expecting there to be some power grid requirement as well. And if there's not, that means that solar continues to be more viable. And that we're also on these platforms on these little space science platforms that are doing these cute little rock things. We've just got the normal solar panels, and that was so that it was easier to copy and paste this thing. And then the big thing, which we have yet to figure out a plan for, but I think we're probably taking this to Gleba, because you know what, that seems sensible, and we've got space for thrusters and new ratios and stuff like that. This one can have, does it already have yet? It has some of the advanced solar panels, and we'll probably give it all of the advanced solar panels. And then the other thing that I kind of missed previously is there's a space map. So space is, well, the space is not that big. This is as far as we can zoom out. Fine. So Nauvis, we are here, and it tells us a whole pile of stuff. Like the evolution factor, and the fact that this evolution factor is on Nauvis probably means that like 0.84 is, I'm pretty sure, the global evolution we ended up with after all of that combat, but we're kind of not concerned now. And then okay, that was me clicking on it. I didn't want to actually do that. And then Fulgora, for example, no evolution factor. So when we go to these places, the evolution factor, I'm guessing because Deathworld and Marathon will advance faster than normal. Different daylight cycle. Interesting. Solar power tells us how much solar power was worth, tells us what the evolution factor is, tells us robot energy usage multiplier. So I wonder if solar power in space 120%. Oh, and so solar power in space over here is 300% because we're closer. Okay, so Volcanus, probably solar power in space here, much better. And then solar power in atmosphere, also better. Yeah, magnetic, sure. And then also the resources available on each planet, you get told about it. So we've got stone, because we're going to Gleba next. That's the thing we've already decided, because we're kind of pushing through. I don't know if we are paused at the moment or not. Whatever. Yeah, we got a bunch of different tree-looking things. We've got stone. We've got water. We don't have iron or copper or coal, so we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing there. Whereas here we have also nothing. Yeah, it looks like we may have different resource cycles for all of these planets rather than just the one. Although, like, this includes the biters, because we've got the two spawners and we've got all the worms. It also includes what look like the rocks that we usually mine. So these resources, in addition to the trees, look like they might include all the mineable rocks as well. And then we've got some other stuff. Shattered planet. There's a shattered planet. There's the edge of solar system. Cool. Because we were looking at these modules, all of these modules have the same upgrade patterns that we're looking at and the same production patterns that we're looking at. I wonder if the threes are the same. There's a different thing. Fine, sure. And then fours are also, yeah, so there's an extra thing going into the module 3s, but the module 2s are available. And so we've got blue chips here, we've got green and red chips here. I am wondering if we can arrange a thing maybe over here that's a larger module build and upgrade thing, because we want, I guess we want 2 on speed modules. Yeah, I think we just get 2 on each of the, we are not going to bother with prod mod upgrades. 2 on each of these, which means that we need, well, the blue chips are already down here, so maybe these ones are going over the other side. Because we don't need a whole lot of resources for this, do we? can we get... And the answer is almost certainly going to be yes, because we're not using these green circuits at all. So this could run up here like so, which means that if we put green chips on the outside of a belt, how do we get... Okay, the way we get green chips on the outside of a belt from here is we just put inserters on it. It's fine. Okay, so now we've got a belt of green and red chips, which we can wind through here in totally normal way. And then we've got blue chips over here. So these have to be in exactly the place we wanted, which is kind of surprising. Do I want... I don't want these at quality, which I think means we're going to do all these at speed. Gleba's nearly done, but we're not going there yet anyway. And that's maybe a thing we wanted to do, but not yet. And then, because we've got this... Do we need LDS for anything? I don't know. Mostly I wanted to get... We've got to get the red chips in here as well. So I think this just means that we go... Splitter... Turn this thing. Let's just keep this one going, because we don't know what else we are going to be using with, like, this concoction of things here. Steel, electric engines, LDS, blue chips. This is basically the, bus of spacecraft parts, or at least platform parts, or whatever. Yeah, you guys have whatever you want for my infantry. I would rather not have it. Because I am trying to figure out if we can have... If we can do a one-to-one thing. But the issue with... Yeah, the issue with this is I think the goal is to have a storage box in here somewhere. We have achieved research of travel to Gleba. I wonder if this has changed the map at all, but there's nothing here yet. So map, space map, Gleba, the route to Gleba is now highlighted. We could now do this. Can we just click on this? No, because we don't have a platform there yet. We would have to do a thing where we go to one of our platforms and then add a station and then go to the station after we have built a platform capable of doing that with these thrusters, and then the chem plants required to build those fuels, and also the arm grabbers required to grab the asteroids for those things, and also the crushers and all of that we will deal with later. Because what I want to do here is have like a logistic filter for the kinds of modules into which both of these guys will put. But then also, because I'm pretty sure in one of these boxes over here, we've got a whole lot of, old speed modules, a whole lot of old quality modules somewhere. We want to be upgrading these things. We also want to be... Yeah, we don't have the recipes yet. We are thinking about the plan of how this will work. I think we don't even bother doing anything that complicated, partly because we have all of the space now. In fact, we don't need these defenses, we don't need... I can use this planner. Don't need these defenses, we don't need these defenses. All of our issues of defending here are concluded. So also all of those defenses in there, of which there are a number of landmines. And then also... did you already have build range? You might have already had build range. Is there anything over here? Yeah, there's like a couple of these guys. They're fine. This belt is still full. This belt is still full. We can just go through some motions of speed moduling, getting all these guys moduled in the way that we want, And then down here, one of the reasons I wanted to do this was to get more copper out of this patch. Actually, we can, yeah. There, looks pretty decent. And then that can connect there because these four are on this side, and yeah, we're merging with belt balancers anyway, so all of that is fine. Just make sure these guys have power. And yeah, all of this area is ours now. So in a sense, the Deathworld is kind of resolved as an issue, but also it was somewhat resolved when we got the nuclear power going anyway. Yeah, we can't actually remove these three because they are part of the acid connection, but also whatever. Acid is still fine. Yeah, these are full. We've got a whole lot of this stuff. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to check, is now we've got radars on. Yeah, these expansions are going to continue to happen. I just hope I mean, we're going to have some problems if we get an expansion that puts behemoth worms in range of shooting with flamethrowers, but that's going to be, you know, super unfortunate. They won't attack the walls, though. The walls aren't important enough. What is evolution now? Evolution is in fact 0.84, so that answers some of our questions, because when we were at the space map, it did in fact say that evolution was 0.84, and then is also telling us that evolution on these other planets is 0. So we will be going into Gleba with all our stuff, and Gleba will not have any upgrades. Sucks to be Gleba. Yeah, enjoying this. These guys can go here. We can have these back here. So these can be 2 Module 2 assemblers, and I want to have more than 1 Module 2 because these guys will also be able to spit them out at an increased rate. And then these guys can go like so, and we can have these upgrades. We like this a lot. This pattern can then just continue, and the blue chips can continue, and the others don't. And these are... Here are prod mods, and here are quality mods, and so whenever we pull these things out of these machines, we can just bring them over here immediately, and then power all of this on, power there. Okay, and then somewhere, these little bitty power poles, little wooden things, pretending to be the tier 2 upgraded modules that are going into space. We're going to keep this little mall area kind of activated. We don't have the recipes for these yet. We also want... do we have... We don't have any upgraded quality modules, that's fine. We immediately want to go quality modules on all of these. Yeah, quality modules on all of those. We want roboports, doing roboport support things. Is this going to be in the way? I don't really want them in the way, but I do want more of them. Are we going to leave a space to upgrade efficiency modules? Not yet, but we have seen from the stuff we've been trying to do on the platforms that maybe efficiency module upgrades are a thing we want to worry about. And then we want to do this same kind of thing here. Actually, this might also be a pretty good pattern. I don't have... Do bots have... Okay, so we need those as well. Do I have steel on me? Do I have steel boxes? I'm pretty sure I automated steel boxes for this purpose. Probably wall. It's wall. We no longer care about wall. Yeah, oh, you just needed a bunch of... Yeah, have all the things. It's fine. Have this wood. Have the landfill. And then because I'm here, we are going to look for the modules that we wanted to take to the other area, which we are not really able to upgrade yet. And then also we want... Yeah, I want... Give me all the belt. In fact, we are going to take the belt somewhere else and rearrange that as well. So let's use the trash slots because we don't have those yet. And then also all of these solar panels want to come with me. Give me the steel as well, why not? Have we made boxes? We have made boxes. Because we ran out of steel. Yeah, okay, whatever. Give me these. 3 is actually enough, isn't it? Yeah. Don't get hit by trains. We already have that achievement. We don't want that achievement again. Oh, you guys already had it. Fine. So, quality 2 modules. Quality prod mod 2 modules. And speed 2 modules. I might faff around with... Okay, we're just going to limit these boxes now after throwing these things in. But I think in between we are going to faff around with these limits, because the whole point of having these as storage chests is that we can end up putting the other modules in it when we recover them and getting them back. And we don't really want to just fill them now, and I also don't want to faff around with circuit conditions. So these will be circuit conditioned, and then I think all of these ones probably disappear, with the exception of maybe the efficiency modules, because they're just kind of a silly place, and it's going to be fine. We are still... Maybe it's because slow techs, maybe it's because it's just at the rate of red science. Fine. Okay. Module upgrades are not done, because the thing I actually wanted was, as soon as we get the module 2s, upgrade these guys to module 2s. And then also take these things out and have other unlimited provider chests, and have the quality... Where's an inserter with the quality trick on it? Not over there. Over here. Inserter with quality trick. If we get any modules at all that are of some quality, set them aside, and the plan is... And then also, actually, we need more space here. This is a shame. Okay. You guys are going to the side. Because what we need to do is run... we don't have any of these belts. Whatever. Bots will deal with it. We need to run this underground. And, in fact, all of these underground... Because really the real reason why we were doing all of this is to be able to get all the quality modules for all the tier 1 stuff. Like, one of the main reasons for creating this need to upgrade all these modules, when we get all these modules, or at least, yeah, one of these, this is more or less the direction in which we want to be upgrading these modules, sure. Upgrade all these modules, be using all these modules. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that we filled up these chests, but whatever. Yeah, when we want to research these techs, upgrade all these modules, get all that stuff going. I think also, let's grab only like 2 crushers, and yeah, like 2 of each of these things, and also some chem plants, of which I do not have. I think maybe bots have chem plants? Maybe bots have chem plants? Did we automate chem plants somewhere? We should have automated chem plants somewhere. We should have automated chem plants somewhere down here. I was thinking about doing more mall stuff, but it doesn't look like we did. Actually, can you... Yes, because you have access to green chips. I believe that you could make chem plants. Like, I just straight up believe in you. And that means that we can have, you know, flamethrowers, whatever. But I did want some chem plants. Can you just have all my stuff? Can I get a chem plant, please? Because bots having chem plants means that we can just start putting them on. And I also wanted solar panels, didn't I? I wanted actual solar panel automation. Yeah, and then down here somewhere, one of these... Okay, so these 2... I don't think we want this one permanently doing rocket stuff anymore. Because we've just got... you know, enough of this structure going around, and I don't think we need to build out the structure. But we want to give it... Okay, we want to give this one all of these solar panels, deliver it to human, deliver all of these solar panels, and also the chem plant, and these things which we picked up. Yeah, also to human. And then I'm aware that I did just use the one that has the worst productivity bonuses. This one would have been better, but also, like, look at all the stuff backed up on the belts. It's fine. Don't mind the noise in the background for a bit. We want one power pole because we want to be doing this trick to monitor the circuit networks, and then we wanted the other crusher, and I think we're going to normalize on fast inserters. You are going to need belt, so just send that up to human as well, because the thing I wanted to do was, yeah, we've got all this stuff, and I kind of just wanted to drop this somewhere, just to interrogate ratios. Do we not? I thought we gave you more crushers, because we've now got melting ice, which gives us 20 water, and then we need half of that for some thruster oxidizer. So actually, is that... So do the thrusters... I did not send you any thrusters, did I? Let's send you... Can you take a whole stack of thrusters? How... Can you thrust 5? Sure. I'm just going to leave the rest of these back here. It's probably fine. Because I think the conclusion that I'm reaching is... I don't want to look at ratios in the episode, because that's boring. Once I've figured out what I want to build, doing the spaghetti during the episode, pretty worthwhile, but also we are past the point where I can just instinctively build, here's some red chips, here's some engines into blue science. That stuff is not going to fly anymore. I actually need to not study the ratios, but like at least know roughly how much of the stuff I want, and that one of these will be enough and one of these will be enough, and how many of these things roughly does not need to be accurate, but it does mean that I kind of want to poke around with these recipes and figure out how many things I want. And the reason why I wanted thrusters up here was to get a thruster, and apparently we put the thrusters on the back of the craft, which makes a lot of sense, but also we are... Okay, so they do pass the fuel through, but you have to stagger them, and you have to get some of the stuff out the way, and then you can pass fuel through kind of like so. And then we would still have to put one type of fuel in here and the other type of fuel in here, and they would pass it through, but we also still need... Okay, so that's fine. The other thing I wanted to look at was, and this other menu is in the way, these consume 120 fuel per second. So even if we were running this... How fast is this recipe? 75 2 per second. We would need 4 chem plants to sustain this, but this is not what I think we're doing. I think we are building tanks of fuel, because that's like clearly what you do when you're building thrusters. I don't know how many of these things we need. I don't know how many... Yeah, I'm tempted to... Okay, let's get... We probably are going to need a whole pile of storage here. I'm tempted to start collecting asteroids, but I don't think we actually want that many asteroids. I think if we start collecting asteroids, we'll fill up our stuff. I think we should build a plan to figure out how many of each different thing we need, you know, roughly. And we're probably actually going to do, because the plan worked really well. Actually, the oxidizer... Thruster fuel, the oxidizer... just needed iron, so we don't actually need to cook the iron here at all, so we can probably just do the... I think I'm guessing that we're going to probably need 2 crushers on... 2 crushers on water, because we need a lot of water for all of this kind of stuff. But yeah, I will think about the... And then what was the... Was it melting was also here? Melting is also here. So I will think about a pattern that we like for this. And this one could even be direct insert. This one could be like... here into here and here, with this one being the different kinds of fuels we got. Something like this, because a pattern like this would allow us to have 2 pipes here, except this one can't grab, because I wanted to be able to have this, both of these grab from, okay, so I guess what we do is we take this, we move it somewhere down here, and now on a different hotbar, these guys can grab what they need. These guys, okay, this one actually needs to be here, and then from this hotbar, this goes underground. Like, we're not doing anything with water other than turning it into these 2 fuels, and I would much rather have a tiny buffer of water and just a whole lot of fuel in the form of, if we do this kind of thing, then the fuels are also not mixing. So I think about how many of these things I need and come up with vague numbers of things we want to build for. I don't know how many of these we need either. I don't know how big this needs to be, but we can go to Gleba now. I think that also means that we want to set up for going to Gleba. What else did we need to do? I think we're going to leave. Are we happy that this oil is keeping up? We can also speed mod to all of these things when we get that tech. I think the other thing that I wanted to do that we are around here for, so we're going to see if it can work, is I was thinking about rebuilding all of this stuff now that we have train supply. And I remember saying that we don't need to keep any of this mall here because we've got the mall in the other place. But I think a thing we do want to mall is, yeah, there's some train circuits here, there's some solar panels here. These are the upgraded solar panels, of which we're not making those quality ingredients anymore. But we did do all this. Okay, misplays. Not major misplays, but it's fine, because all of these are mostly full anyway. We did say, and I remember saying this as well, and then we did not do the thing. We want speed to be replaced with quality. This was probably obvious at the time, but we want, and then also we've got to get, yeah, these speed modules out, because, well, these quality modules out, because some of these quality modules have been upgraded. We want also from the map view all of, okay, I've got to get the upgrade planner first and then go to the map view. We want all of these to be quality, like, obviously, because otherwise we're not getting the quality 1 modules out that we talked about wanting. And I'm not even sure that we're going to use all that many of these quality 2 modules. Maybe prod mod 2s with quality are worth it. Maybe all of these are just module 3 food. Other than the quality 2s, they look good. But the thing that struck me about this mall over here is, with these 2 lines of resources coming in, and with my bots off, and this entire line of smelting getting blasted, and with big power poles keeping these roboports connected, we can have a better mall in here that will do the red and green science, probably of the same amount, and probably tidy up this a bit, because all of that was kind of gross. Do the steel. Where is the steel? The steel is here. We can do this in a way that uses electric furnaces and stuff like that. And I think we might as well just start with, I just remembered, we want some red chips. How many logistics bots do we want? Because if we're doing logistic bots things with the robot, with the rocket silo, maybe we should have some logistics bots. And actually, are we still carrying all that belt around? We are still carrying all that belt around. Okay, we don't want to be carrying the belt around, or at least, you know, giving that back to the bots immediately. But this is not limited. This inserter is actually still checking construction robots, so it's fine, because it's this inserter that we want to wire to the roboport and check what even is the total logistic bots. Y enable disable if Y is this is incorrect. We don't actually need to limit this at all, because we're putting a finite number of red chips in it, which is 500 logistic spots. That's probably fine, because I think we've got whole belts, or at least could have whole belts. We could very easily reorganize this into a whole belt of copper, and we have a whole belt of copper to play with, I believe. So let's just hack this thing in here. Yeah, let's do this. Is this the flip we want? That is the flip that we want. Okay, maybe not, like, yeah, something like that. Power these things in some other way. Where are my main interfaces? Okay, and then here we can have 3 things of gears, and then I think we can do the same thing here. The thing is, we could also very easily turn this into 2 lanes of iron, and we are putting enough iron on trains to do that. In fact, this train, yeah, all these guys are just hanging around, waiting for more to do. We definitely could put more iron on trains. So I think we don't even put that there. I think we put it here. Gears. And then we also do the same kind of thing. We've got the grab bonus, so this is going to work out fine. These want to be productivity. We want speed, and prod, so all of those are going to work. Why are we not? Oh, because these things, sure. Okay, so we can have some more stuff, and then double fast inserter for everyone over here. And we are just going to presume that, okay, let's just straight up do 2 belts of stuff now. It'll be fine. And the second belt can run in here, splitter, and then we've got our mall of gears that we can use. We've also got a lot more space that we can run around in, which is great. I might also just make this pipe a little less in the way. Because we don't need this pipe, or that roboport, or that radar, or all these power poles, or whatever, in the way of where we are trying to be clean. So, and then also, we do need a better light oil cracking approach, because currently we are just removing these things and then putting them back when we have seen that the rocket fuel is filled up, and that's not viable long term, but never mind. Okay, let's get, yeah, we're gonna do a nasty pattern here, which is gonna be fine. Okay, copy all of that, do it again, this one turns. And then this is going to be the second belt. That's in the wrong place. This only works if we put things in the right place. So both wagons can access both sides of this belt. This wagon empties before this wagon, but it's fine. We're just treating both wagons as a single item, and the entire train will still unpack at a good rate. Then we're mixing these things, so this is nearly belts of mixing. It's fine, we're not going to worry about it. And then over here, things we wanted were, yeah, now we can do the same gears into belt. Do we want, so we're going to have 1 gears into iron all the time, but we've also got, I think, this gears here. Oh yeah, also we should prod mod these things. Belt. I think we can just do a quick reorganization of, and then no, we actually want, I really did want this one to be all 3, didn't I? So that we could have, I think this actually has to get out of the way. because of... Oh no, wait, we've got fast inserters and we've got the... This is no longer a speedrun. We have inserted capacity bonus. So if we have one item here with all of this belt, logistic filtered to belt, and then we can circuit condition this thing together to say belt, yeah, belt less than, I don't know, 600? So we've got the belt that we can use for the red science, and then somewhere also here we can do... Are we going to do the insert 'em all thing? Because I don't think we've got... Do we have splitters anywhere? We do have splitters, but it was an assembly we were using with other stuff. Pipe, and what did these guys get? Coils? Coils, and yeah, I think we set this thing back to pipes and just use that pipes thing. Lamps we can put, for example, this coils assembler could be one to the side, and we could just power it separately here, at which point we can have another assembler here, which also just straight up makes lamps, and this is long-term lamp automation strategy. And then we also need more, yeah, we need more of the... We don't have any request boxes. And then we can have, say, here, 2 of these. I'm doing a similar thing here. In fact, exactly this pattern. And then I think these actually do need to be upgraded, don't they? And then this also wanted to be... Yeah. Also key this to inserters, and then take any of the inserters we have. So, yeah, also because the red belt automation down here doesn't have... This is just direct feed from the assemblers, and is also not making splitters. So I think the next thing I want to do is automate red splitters, so we have all those types of... all the red belt that we can take. In fact, having said that, we're going to a place where we're going to need more stuff. Let's open these up so that we can get a lot of material to take with us, and also because, you know, the rest of this iron line is kind of blocked, or at least, you know, not moving. And then other things we would like in bulk to take to a different place. Long-headed inserters, fast inserters, mining drills are 4 stacks, chem plants are... Let's get this also to 4 stacks. I don't know whether or not we're going to use them or not. Let's get, yeah, 2 stacks of boxes. What else will we need? Let's go up to 8 stacks of both kinds of pipe. Solar panels, we have a decent swing of solar panels. This is also where we were making underground belts. Really? Yeah, we need to do this better, don't we? Okay, we probably will want to take a bunch of assemblers, and then, yeah, we've got splitters over here as well. We were going to do that differently. Yeah, let's just, yeah, we're going to open up some of these limits. We're going to have these malls running. It's going to be fine. We've got, yeah, still not really any really super helpful number of things, because these are feeding from the science. These are going to be running all the time. So we could actually get a bunch more. We could get... How many do we need for legs? Okay, we can't actually check that. Show me the recipe for exoskeletons. It is 30 electric engines. So, so we have 3 rare electric engines here. We have 10 engines, which means that if we had enough rare green, and we have another 3 rare electric engines here, if we had the rare chips, of which we have no rare chips, we could... And also, do we have rare steel? So we don't have rare green chips, we don't have rare steel. I don't think that... Like, my hope was we could replace these exoskeletons with another uncommon exoskeleton, but, like, you know, another 9%, you know, whatever, meh. If we could replace this with a rare exoskeleton, that would be exciting. I don't think we can do that. Oh, well. Yeah, these guys, we want to just continue with this plan, I guess. These inserters only run if we have less than, say, 400. It's not going to be a whole lot because I don't know that I want to take normal inserters at all. Why? 122? You should be running. So why aren't we producing, guys? Oh, because all these are around the wrong way. That was silly. Oh, because we copied them from here and we wanted them the other way. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's not make let's make a decent number of lamps actually. So are we going to spaghetti the rest of this together or not? We want this output to a belt. We want this can go like so. 1, 2. I think we run this one here. Because this means that this guy... Can this go underground? It will ruin the other thing. That's fine. Okay, and then the other things that we wanted automated but did not have automated here... Because we want to combine... I think here is... Okay, we're going to do this differently as well. This is going to duck underneath. This is going to move out the way. We're going to move this one over here. So that we can run this underneath. We wanted red splitter automation. That was the other thing that I remember specifically saying we wanted. Yeah, we're just going to combine these belts here so that now we have the full belts of stuff. And I think we've managed to do this so as to not actually break the science before we get around to doing this thing. We are going to want a full belt of copper out of this, aren't we? Because we're taking some amount for these green chips, which we're also thinking that we are going to be mauling, and then we're also going to be putting steel somewhere. What are all these guys? Yeah, at some point we'll clean up those power poles. It's not going to be now. We also wanted steel somewhere, and then we also wanted red science, red ammo, solar panels. There's a bunch of stuff of which we want more than one belt of copper. So, blast all of this, copy this disastrous pattern, and slap it in here. Except that... now we're still all draining front to back, but it's also actually completely fine. We just have a full belt of copper now. So here's a full belt of copper. And then I wanted to be able to get... Because I think we want to move these as well. I don't know if that's going to be super interesting, though. I might just de-spaghettify this between episodes. As long as we can get... Oh yeah, the other things that we wanted, that we talked about wanting, but not actually implementing. Let's leave a bit of space as well. Let's leave that much space. Because then we can have long-term automation of... rail and chain signals, which we do not have fully automated yet. Oh, you know what we don't have automated yet? We don't have substations anywhere. I think there might be a spot where we can just jam that in and make it work. Maybe that's what we should do next. And then these two guys and set some appropriate limit. And there was something else that I was looking at that was in kind of the same space. It was... I don't plan on using combinators, if we can avoid it. Substations and then cargo wagons was the other thing that also needs steel. And then wasn't there something over here that... Oh yeah, the lamps we got, we changed that to pipe. Upgrade both these assemblers because we're probably going to need all the pipe. Put multiple speed module ones into that pipe assembler because we're probably going to need all that pipe. Actually upgrade all of these things. You are kind of slow, but it's more material limited and we're done with that now anyway, so it's fine. Are we going to need red splitters was the thing that I wanted. Okay, so now why are we not... Oh, because we lacked these two belts. That's unfortunate. Okay, because we just broke everything. Never mind. Because we could have... yeah, all of these guys can now disappear. So some of this is getting simpler. We're getting a bit of more here. We also do need to run a steel thing in somewhere. And we can clear some of this stuff out. In fact, we can, with this gears straight here, we can just go... That is now gears automation into the red science. So a lot of this junk can disappear. And then everything is a little bit sad because copper is dead. And then the side loading here is a problem, but we can just put that on the inside and it's fine. Like, I'm tempted to reorganize a pile of this stuff as well. I think we just need to get... I think we need a belt of... I think we need a train of steel? Do we have... I'm pretty sure we have... We definitely have the steel for a train of steel. The current issue is that we have only 2 trains of steel. Right? Only 2 trains of steel? Only 2 trains of steel. We have an automated setup for getting more trains, and it's we put 1 train here, we put some wagons here. There's a wagon that will get more fuel in it when this box of fuel empties. Bots have all of these things. We were automating wagons. They very nearly don't have that many things, but then we can assign this train to steel once it's built, and I might automate a couple of these things in between. Let's also figure out how we get to Gleba. I think it's as simple as... I think a thing that happens is I can personally go to Gleba. You're just running over the tracks, it's going to be fine. I don't think we take concrete or anything like that. I think if I get at one of these silos, travel to space platform, can't travel to space with items in your inventory, trash slots, or ammo slots. So that's actually fine. I'm okay with that, because it means we can take our armor, which has got the legs we want, the roboports we want, the shields we want, the batteries, all that nice stuff. The bots and all our basic building materials we can ship up to... Yeah, like, for example, weren't there, for example, in this storage chest, 1 billion landmines and 50 turrets? So, actually, let's check the stacks on these before they go. Stack size 100, rocket capacity 100. Every rocket we send... up there, this one we took the stuff off, this one has... Yeah, so we could do something pretty... In fact, we could have just had bots bring this because they're doing the logistic request thing now, aren't they? Never mind. We can have all of these things. Stack size 50, rocket capacity 50. We're not going to need that many of those up there either. But how many... So if we went to human and added a group of Gleba combat prep, and we said that we wanted... Where am I? Yeah, gun turrets, we want 50. Landmines... Why am I struggling to pick these things? We want 2,000. And bullets, I'm pretty sure we just put 400 in those chests. So we are currently not pulling... We are currently not pulling these things from the logistic network, but I believe if we tick this button, then this rocket is launching stuff? Why you no launch stuff? Automatic requests. Automatically request supplies from the local logistics network to... But shouldn't we be also already sending that? Like, why isn't... Get rid of this. Why... Ah, okay. I think I've figured this out. I think this is a misplay, and I think we need to be putting in less effort. And what I mean by that is... Hey, haven't we got logistics spots now? We have 350 logistics spots now. This... Automatic requests, we want... Why do you want pipe? I know why you want pipe. You want pipe because we are trying to do all of this stuff. To be fair, I'm happy with you sending up 1 billion tanks and 1 billion crushers and 1 billion chem plants because we're all going to need those anyway. But if we can... Not enough to fill one rocket. Tanks are still a thing. Like, I was planning on just trashing... Okay, trashing all of this stuff. And then also trashing all of this stuff. And what do you... Can I see what you are taking? No, because you are the silo, you are not the rocket. But okay, this guy over here, we're also going to delete all of these. Give me that back. Start just accepting stuff. And start flying those combat supplies up to Gleba. And then I guess the other category of thing we are going to do is... actually, what are the... How many roboports for me? Actually, it also no longer... We didn't need to expand all of those categories. Because we could go to human and also have add section... I mean, all of these, I think we could all just do this Gleba prep item in one go. This is just going to be Gleba prep. And we're going to want, you know, some number of belts, say 400. Is that true? That's probably not true. I think we make this 800. And we're going to want some number of these guys, which let's say 200. We can get more later. I think we should also take some yellow belt, maybe 600. And I think the goal of this is I just don't care about how this stuff gets here. I think we're going to want the fast inserters, say 400. And I think we're going to want the long-handed inserters, say 800, because they are nice puzzle-solving tools. I think that I should just figure out what it is that I want to take with me and line all of this stuff up and have this be the bit of prep that happens in between episodes, because we're probably getting to episode speed now, and then figure out what kind of power grid I use. I kind of want to take all the boilers. Yeah, just take like another 40 boilers and 80 steam engines, because I'm pretty sure we've got these sitting around from the last time we did stuff like that. Let's also grab... I don't know whether we have solid fuel in... I don't know whether we have solid fuel in the logistics supply, but yeah, I'm going to think about the things we want to take to Gleba. This is going to be largely informed by wave defense stuff. Probably the last set of things to go will be... yeah, I'm not going to need all of these, I'm not going to need these, I'm not going to need... Oh, those are things yeah. Probably the last things to send up, I was going to send up roboports as well. They're pretty important, will be my personal bots and whatever ammunition I'm carrying. And we can just, yeah, we will take a lot of stuff to Gleba. I will think about what kinds of stuff we want to take. I will probably also plug in this little bit of spaghetti more, which will look probably much the same as this, except I might take a little bit longer and it might be a little more structured, and then these might turn into these might turn into electric furnaces, which has also reminded me that a thing that Gleba wants is Gleba is going to want furnaces of some kind, and I'm pretty sure we've got just like a lot of these things sitting around. I don't know exactly how many, but I'm pretty sure we have a lot, and they could be our standard furnace. In which case we probably should also have, you know, another 400 of these as well, because furnace insert is usually generally pretty helpful. And then let's also have, I don't know how many of these I want. I think we're just going to think about what it is we want to take. 50 assemblers is a whole lot. And then I don't know if, the thing is, I also don't know what we want to, oh yeah, mining drills. Mining drills are probably important. Let's guess 200. And this is going to be a decent number of rockets. But we've also now got this silo addressing these needs, this silo addressing these needs, this silo addressing these needs. Why not? Did we also get prod mod 2? Yeah, we can also now make the quality module 2s, which is nice. And these guys are waiting on an upgrade that will get them to more likely to be better quality. And then I think the first things they're doing once, actually, we don't want, can we cancel these upgrades? No. Can we cancel these upgrades from the map? No. How do I? Is this because... Okay, let's just send these to... Yeah, we need to set them to some... that's also the problem. We needed their quality 1 modules to be delivered, and then... Yeah, we needed these quality 1 modules. Okay, yeah. Where did the quality... Did I get them? I did get them. Okay. Yeah, we need these guys to just have their quality 1 modules. And then... this upgrade from 1s to 2s... first wants to happen here, because we want to be finding the better quality modules. In fact, you know, here's a thing. In fact, that upgrade is done. Congratulations. And now we can go back to prod mod 2s, which we don't have yet. So that's fine. And then also speed module 2s, which we do have. And then also upgrade all of these quality modules as well. And then, yeah, hopefully we can find some more... how many? Yeah, and then we've got to circuit and condition these things so we don't make too many. Yeah, I think there's some planning to do. Do I want to... 800? 4,000? Yeah, let's kick this one forwards, because... Actually, no, we're going to start producing prod mod 2s. We're going to get the follower robo count up. We're going to get the Covrex stuff. We are probably going to run it... I mean, I guess we can always research the ability to go to the other planets while we are... Probably the labs will progress here on Gleba. I don't know. I've got a bunch of stuff to just think about and plan between episodes. We've got to circuit condition this so that that's pretty straightforward. Not really concerned about that. Do a nice organized version of this mall which lines things up a little better, and gets the same amount of green and red science out. Probably, and then also go to this thing, turn it into something that has a lot of engines, figure out roughly which ratios of things we have. I will probably have, yeah, probably just blueprint around the place the number of these things that I think I need, and then we can worry about spaghettiing them together later. And then also collectors, and then things. I don't know what else happens when we travel, and there are not a whole lot of indications about what will happen when we travel, whether or not we have to worry about asteroids, whether or not we have to worry about hitting these things in speed, at speed. Yeah, one of the we're still just slowly getting all this stuff. Sure. Oh, I should get underground pipes in here as well. 50... I was expecting more of this stuff to have turned up already, but I guess we are getting the red belt. And is this... This is... So that's 1 rocket's worth of red belt, and then we've got like 1/2 a rocket's worth of blue and sodas, whatever. Yeah, do we have to worry about hitting these things at speed? I think one of the main menu screens does show platforms with guns doing a travel through space thing. So yeah, bunch of things to figure out. Why are you guys going? Are you going all the way? Because there is a storage chest all the way over here that you guys are putting stuff in, which is suboptimal. I mean, do we have space over here to catch all this stuff? Where are you telling me how many individual boxes of things? Storage 48, 48, 24, 48, 14, 20. Yeah, I don't think you guys get to use... I think that box no longer gets to exist. Sucks to be the construction robots. They can move all these things around. I think also in that case we can have some more generic storage over there. Yeah, we got some things to organize. It'll be fine. We'll come back and we will hopefully have a plan for building a little platform and then going to Gleba. Very exciting.